I was born in East Liverpool, Ohio, and I was raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was one of four brothers, and we enjoyed everything that typical American boys did. We loved the outdoors, especially swimming and horseback riding. After church on Sunday, we heard the news that Pearl Harbor was just bombed. I felt it was my duty as a patriotic American citizen to serve my country like so many other young men and women. In September 1942, three of my friends and I enlisted in the United States Navy. We were sent to the Armed Guard Training Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. We were told to report to a large auditorium there, where we were then assigned to gun crews on merchant ships. They were extremely susceptible to German wolf packs and sea raiders operating on the eastern coast of the United States, the Caribbean, and the South and North Atlantic. Wolf packs are German submarines whose mission is to contact and sink convoys that are delivering supplies overseas in order to delay and hinder the American war effort. I was assigned to the SS Virginia as part of the gun crew. There was only one gun on the SS Virginia, a 5-inch 51, a piece of artillery which none of us had seen before. We were in the Caribbean and approximately 6 hours away from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. I remember the occasion vividly as I was standing on my gun deck and I was looking out throughout the ocean, scanning, watching for any ships or submarines that would not be with our convoy. There was no warning given on the first attack. I began to see escort vessels, which were destroyers, destroyer escorts, corvettes, or other patrol craft. You see them hurrying throughout the lanes of the convoy. However, my experience with this first action that we saw, I was looking out at the port side. Our gun position was on the stern of the ship, aft of the stacks, and I noticed a fire in the water. It was not very long. Moments later, there was a second fire, and a third fire, and a fourth fire. By then I realized that something's wrong. We were being attacked. The next thing I saw and heard was in front of us there was a huge ball of fire, and there was 3 loud noises that sounded like voom, voom, voom. Then it started raining, and what it was raining was not water. It was raining debris. Our ship was shaken, and some of our portholes came loose, which meant that if there were lights on in the stateroom, we were being exposed to the wolf pack. The ship in front of us that was hit with a torpedo seemed to have blown to bits. There was nothing left of it on the surface. We left with the convoy and continued to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. I don't look at my 4 years of service and see it as 4 years robbed of me in the prime of my life. I look at it as there was a reason to be there. I know for a fact I'll never forget the times I served in the Navy. I still don't forget it to this day. In fact, I still try to keep in touch with a couple of ex-shipmates who were serving with me. They're a good bunch of guys. If I had to go through it again, I'd want them to be with me.